Hello, I am Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. No, I am not a dermatologist, but I know for sure how to cure acne. I cured it on myself. This is me in this picture here. And I've witnessed thousands and thousands of people doing exactly what I'm going to describe here who have healed not only acne, but psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, vitiligo, all sorts of skin conditions. I am so passionate about this because you can see here, I suffered and it was interesting. I come on here live every Tuesday night and sometimes I'm at a loss of, what am I going to do? What am I going to come up with that I want to talk about? Because I have so many things. I have a list of about 123 um, topics waiting. And I put on this turtleneck sweater this morning and it brought back bad memories of me hunting for turtlenecks in the stores so that I could hide what you see there. Cause it was mainly my jawline down my neck. Yeah, I got it sometimes on my face too, my shoulders, my back. But yeah, even in the summer, I would hunt for sleeveless turtlenecks. So at least it was a summer top. So I know so well how embarrassing and disfiguring it is. And I suffered with it as a teenager, and it evolved right in through my college years. It evolved into my adult years. I had adult acne. And I was so fortunate to come across and figure out how this was going to heal. So I'm going to show you a little bit closer up. And you can see on that first picture, all the way up on my earlobe, way up the top there, you see that. And then in the next picture over, next to where my earring is, you can see the healed version of it, because these are 2 weeks apart. You can see that major one there at the jawline, and it's still healing over in the 2 week later one. And yeah, that is exactly me, exactly 2 weeks later after changing my diet. Yeah. So if anybody thinks for a split second that when a doctor, let's say a dermatologist, tells you that it's really not effective to just, I mean, remember when I was a kid, it was stop eating chocolate. It was like this thing that chocolate was what caused zits, right? And but that was about it. So I have to say, I went through my series of lotions, potions, pills, and you name it to try to get rid of this, and nothing worked. I even, unfortunately, got so desperate at one point, and I think I might have been, can't remember if I was just out of college or still in college, that I actually went on Accutane for a very brief time period. Thank goodness, because that stuff is toxic and rather poisonous to our bodies. And I'm so very passionate about trying to get this message out about how we really can heal this. So here I'm explaining that it really is not just acne, it's all autoimmune issues, skin issues, and so many other issues in your body. Um, and to think about back, acne was non-existent. Okay, so here I have up there that um, acne is really a modern disease, a disease of uh, our food system that has come into play, and that you could go into societies, populations of peoples, and here it's the Kitavans that they're talking about. There was not a single case, zero, of acne. So we have to really be smart here and realize that. And I went on the internet to pull up some different healing stories. And here's one. She on the left here was switched from, she was high carb, low fat, heavy plant based diet with zero red meat. And she switched to a carnivore diet, and voila, carnivore diet literally cured her cystic acne, among many, many other things. And if you think for a split second that that woman on the left isn't suffering when going out in public, oh my gosh, it's really it can be very debilitating and cause depression. So uh, and then here it's saying that there's these photos went viral and people were going crazy saying she's lying, she was on Accutane, and people don't just really don't want to believe that there's an actual solution. But here's Bella Ma. People know her as Steak and Butter Gal. She has put out, I'm sure, on her YouTube channel a video on acne, but this is her when she was vegetarian and um, now carnivores, perfect, beautiful, uh, like immaculate skin. And then this woman, Juliet, 18 years old, the difference when she went on the lion diet. And I mean, astounding, right? Results. And it is, I'm not here to say everybody has to go carnivore, everybody has to go lion diet, or I'm going to discuss really, because actually my improvement, those 2 week different pictures, was prior to me coming to zero carb carnivore. So I'll talk about that. Here's two more situations. This woman, 38-year-old Jennifer, 1 month on the lion diet. Look what it did for her skin condition, psoriasis. Katerina, she's 22, 2 months on the diet. And look at the difference. I mean, it's incredible. And these are not just very sporadic, picked, miraculous kind of things. This is happening over and over, all over. You just type in the word, go onto the YouTube search box and type in either keto or carnivore and acne, and you'll be flooded with all of the different success stories just like this. So I'm going to get to the chase right away. Here is the key takeaway on this. Absolutely mandatory if you want to heal your skin to avoid seed oils, processed foods, sugars, grains, and dairy. That's my from personal experience, from 10 years of coaching people, and from interesting testimonials and anecdotes that have been all over the internet. This is really what it comes down to. It is, the seed oils are in everything: mayonnaise, salad dressing, pretty much everything that comes in a box, a bag, a bottle, or a jar. I tell you, do not put that in your mouth. It does not belong in your body. And your body is revolting and telling you so by expressing either a skin issue, joint pain, depression, anxiety, ocular issues. So I'm really big on that side of it because, of course, being an eye doctor for over 32 years now, I come across so many people who are very severely suffering from dry eye issues, macular degeneration, blepharitis, and meibomian gland dysfunction. Anybody who has it is very well aware of those words because they've been told they have it, and it makes you miserable. And it's reversible, absolutely reversible. So here I wrote, question mark, carnivore, paleo, low carb, ketogenic, whole food, plant-based. Where are we going with this? You can go where you want to go with it. You do not have to go to far extremes. Usually people have multiple issues going on at once, and getting rid of the acne is just a beautiful side effect of them changing their diet for another significant reason. But to really embrace what you need to do, it's very hard because just that one word there, grains, we're talking about oats, corn, wheat, rye. We are talking about a huge subsection of most people's diets. Now, I have been carnivore for, gosh, I think 2 weeks away from my 15-year carniversary. So I have eaten basically meat, seafood, eggs, and limited dairy. I do try to eliminate dairy, and you do see that I have dairy on the list here because it is typically a big culprit for skin issues, also for any autoimmune issues, thyroid issues, arthritic issues. There's a lot of things that are autoimmune in addition to skin issues and asthma and allergy issues. I mean, we could do so well for our health by following this list. And I personally feel whether you have acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, or not, everybody should be following this because this same list of foods, unbeknownst to everybody, is having a negative effect on an organ system. It might not happen to have hit your skin, which is the largest organ that we have. It could be silently affecting an inner organ. It could be creating a state of potential future dementia, cancer, macular degeneration. These foods don't belong in our bodies. So, whichever, we don't have to label your diet or label the way you eat. You will fall into typically one of these sort of labels based on how you plan to limit. We'll just call it limit. We're not restricting because we are just eliminating toxic inflammatory foods that don't belong in our bodies to begin with. So, no topical soap or balm or medication will provide the relief from skin conditions like cutting all the processed crap foods out of your diet. You have to address it from the gut, the root cause. I say that also about the eyes, the dry eyes, meibomian gland dysfunction, and blepharitis. This will all benefit from exactly what we're talking about here. And I'm going to say it's interesting that my thumbnail is acne, but it's because I hope to connect to maybe a teenager out there, a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, whoever the person is who might happen to type in acne and find this way of eating that will change their life uh, so much for the better. Uh, Accutane here, I said it earlier, it should be avoided no matter what. Absolute poison, horrible, horrible side effects. Avoid that one like the plague. You walk into a doctor's office, they are trained to see the symptom, the papules, the cysts, the pimples, the blackheads, the comedones, and they take out their script pad because that's what they're trained to do. And I'm going to tell you that all those expensive medications are not going to do anything. This is, you're just putting something, a cream on the top. This has to come in from our body making skin. So our skin is regenerated every about 6 to 8 weeks. We need healthy fats. So that's why ketogenic, carnivore, paleo typically work very well because you're including healthy fats. It can be healthy saturated animal fats. It can even be avocado and olive if you're more plant oriented, but you should be still also including things like sardines, ground beef, ribeye. You want natural animal fat because believe me, that's what's going to make our skin healthy. Getting real fats in your body with proper food is how you nourish and get healthy and get rid of your autoimmune issues, your skin issues, your eye issues, your joint issues, your depression, your anxiety, your GI issues. I like this is what, I get excited when I talk about this because if somebody's why that makes them cry, that has brought them to potentially drastically change the way you currently eat to eat this way, it's such a wonderful thing because you are going to find out it is going to make everything better and prevent you from declining and getting sick through the decades of had you stayed eating that list of garbage. Now, okay, I know dairy's in there, and some people are going to say, how can you call dairy garbage? Well, it has casomorphines in it. It's addictive and it is inflammatory to many and not good for many. So we have to lump it in there, especially when we're talking about skin issues. But I'm going to tell you, even fruit, the sugars in fruit, not good for your skin. I know people are going to say, what are you nuts? Of course we can have fruit. They're healthy. Au contraire. I haven't had fruit in 15 years. Don't need a single thing that's in those sugar bombs that have been genetically manipulated to be not what they originally were hundreds of thousands of years ago. All right, now let's just talk about some topicals that may assist in the healing process. Totally not necessary because 95% of what's going on here is because you're changing what you're putting in your mouth. But I would be remiss to not talk about these awesome, amazing topicals because I want anybody who's putting anything else on their skin, like Aquaphor or Neutrogena or any of those products that have 20 to 40 ingredients listed, out they go. Does not belong on your skin. And I have this thing where I say, don't put anything on your skin that you wouldn't put in your mouth. So tallow, actually, here I wrote, can assist in healing acne because of its nutritional profile. It does have a lot of really healthy, naturally occurring vitamins and fats that our skin needs. Castor oil, I know that's a big hot topic now, has both anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties that can be beneficial for healing skin. So we're just talking about as the healing process is going on, as you have consistently changed your diet. But remember here, most importantly, these are just little adjuncts to be used in addition to your clean, new way of eating. I know it seems really crazy, and you can't even imagine life without bread or pasta or rice. I know, I was there, but guess what? You know how badly I wanted to have clear, smooth, beautiful skin? I wanted it so badly that I was willing to at least give it a shot. And then once you get the success, you don't want to go back. All right, so some of the products that I have here, there's so many amazing, pure, clean products that are out on the market. And and people ask, so just in case you don't know me, because I know some people might just hit upon this video because they typed in acne, but I will be 60 this year. And people say, what do you do for your skincare? Because I say that I will not put anything on my skin that I don't put, well, I mean, I try for the most part. It's really actually pretty set that way. So we have here the Fancy Farm Emu oil. I know I got the blurred thing, so it's not coming here. Okay. Fancy Farms Emu oil, I have shown in that picture there. That is a pure fat, which is great. Simply Tallow, And this is just whipped organic beef tallow. This one I really like. This is actually pig lard. This company called FARROW. And so this one's called Skin Food. This one's called Face Food. And it has, it's really, so I'm going to show you. Well, I can put it on the skin. And again, don't put anything on your skin you wouldn't put in your mouth. I also love VANMAN makes this really great, he calls it protection oils, but it is coconut, emu, jojoba, castor oil, almond oil, and olive oil all mixed in. And a great little, which side? Here we go. Just a little pump so you can see, of course. Give it the taste test. And this, so, all right, let me get back to what people have asked me about. What's my skincare routine? Don't laugh, but I use washcloth and water. And I just, that's it, washcloth and water. And then I will put on, now I have a amazing, wonderful benefit of having access to try a lot of these different products, but I 100% would never ever show you anything that I am not loving myself. And I'm going to do a separate video just reviewing all of these different products because some of them are a little pricey. I'm going to tell you this goes a very long way. So don't go, and I have the links to everything that I'm showing you here in the description notes, but this goes a long way. And the lard, it's so funny. I love their slogan, "Lard help us," is the slogan for their company. But I'm just going to tell you that this is all really good quality. These come from pigs that are raised on regenerative farms, and they are not fed corn slop, and they don't have the junk. And this is really clean. You will be really impressed with these products. I'm actually anxious. They have another one that comes in a tube that I'm going to try to see if they can send me, or I'll just go on their website and purchase it, because a couple other people that have bought products from FARROW have gotten this one that comes in a tube that they love. So I don't have that one yet, but I really want to do a really thorough review just to show you, because there's so many great products. NOAIC balm, and they have these glass containers, these little mini ones that I love to keep in my purse. You can use it as lip balm. And sometimes I use castor oil, and you can load castor oil. I'll put the link to this right on Amazon. You can get 5 of these empty tubes for $5, I think. And see how there's a brush? And I'm going to go, so there's castor oil. So it makes a great lip gloss. So you can just keep this in your purse. Also, it's a great growth serum for eyebrows and eyelashes. And you can just run it right along your lashes. I know I'm getting off the topic of acne, aren't I? But it's so fun just to keep going where I'm going with this, because I get really excited about these really healthy products. All right, I'll stop with that. But yeah, I'm going to do a full review, so maybe you can get a real good idea of maybe the benefits of some over the other, or if I really start leaning toward. So Again, we'll go back to my nighttime routine, water, the washcloth. I like the terry as sort of an exfoliant. I do not use Botox. Please, please, if anybody does, look into it. There is a black box warning on Botox. It's seriously, it can really debilitate you, and it's not as innocuous as people think. So really look into that. But um, vitamin C is really good for collagen. It's good for your immunity. So just we can even do topical vitamin C. Yeah, I've got some wrinkles. It's okay. It's all right. But so after washing with water, I will put on one of these various, either just depends on what I'm in the mood to do or what I grab. This one, this VANMAN one that I was telling you about, that's got jojoba, castor oil, emu, yada yada yada. You also can. I put it in my hands after I shower. I will run it through my hair just very lightly, a small amount as sort of a conditioning oil. Or you can do multiple pumps and put it all on your hair and let it set for, I don't know, I just do like 10 to 30 minutes and then wash it out. But it's a really great conditioning oil. And so these things have multiple uses. And again, how many hair products would you put in your mouth and swallow? I don't think a single one that's in your shower right now, because I'm going to tell you the standard stuff that I've always had in my shower. No way in hell would I put that in my mouth. But yeah, these things you can, and we should be able, because our skin, we absorb, it goes into our bloodstream. So we got to be really thinking long and hard why we would put any of these multiple of chemicals on our skin. So here's the upshot. You got to stay consistent. You got to be patient. The rules are simple, but execution isn't easy. Why? Well, I know a lot of you who already follow me and know me, and I know some of you, I see your names here, are in my member group, and so you know all about this, and you know how difficult it is just to give up that one thing in that list, which was sugar. Do you realize how addicting sugar is? Have you ever tried to give it up? That means no barbecue sauce, no ketchup, no salad dressing, no mayonnaise. They all have sugar in it. Even bread that you get at the standard store, you look at the label, there's sugar in there. There's sugar in peanut butter. There's sugar in everything. You got to give it up. All taste of sweet. Sugar is a high glycemic index. It's going to cause skin issues. Yeah. And so here's why I say it's not easy. We are bombarded day in and day out with processed food, sugar, grains, things with seed oils in them, dairy. It's all around us and it's considered normal. And you have to say, that's not my food. That is not the normal diet. And if it were, I wouldn't have any skin issues, because we're not eating the normal human diet anymore when we are eating anything that comes in a box, a bag, a bottle, or a jar. We really have to think long and hard. And I know people are going to say, well, that's too hard. I could never do that. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want health? How badly do you want smooth, clear skin? I can't even tell you how amazing it's been that I have not had a zit since probably that picture. Because once I got clear skin, there's no going back. I did not want to ever again experience going through that embarrassing kind of cosmetic situation. It's just not enjoyable. So here we go. I'm writing it here. The acne cure, along with the cure for, like I said, arthritis, depression, anxiety, GI issues, dry eye, macular degeneration. You avoid that list of I hate to even call them foods, non-foods, the seed oils, the processed foods, the grains, the sugars, the dairy. Um, and, people say, well, is it forever? Well, do you want to have clear skin and feel good forever? It's not so bad. Have a little funeral for your friend, Mr. Processed Food. It's okay. All right, I'm going to jump over into the chat and let's see, what do we got? Amber recently gave up both caffeine and sweeteners. Best decision. You feel like Superwoman. Yeah, I know. I'm working on that coffee video. It's going to be a doozy. Caffeine leaches magnesium. It's not good for our heart. Caffeine leaches minerals out of our bones. It's not good. Osteoporosis. I know everybody's going to say, but there's studies that show it's good for Alzheimer's and studies that show it's good for high blood pressure. And they're very manipulated studies funded by people who are out to benefit from that. And that's why I'm going to say also the comment that I would often get is that what studies are there for this diet connection with acne? Guess what? Unless the pharmaceutical company can make money selling a drug, they're not going to spend millions of dollars to do a study. Why? Because this is a free treatment. This is free. I'm not telling you to go buy any of these great edible skin products. You don't have to. I like them as an adjunct because I feel like it really does help my skin just to moisturize with these great animal fats and oils. But it's free. So there's not going to be a study. Don't wait for it. Don't hold your breath, right? That's what we say. Don't hold your breath. So let's see. So Tammy says, love the FARROW epidermis. So the epidermis is the one I haven't tried yet. That's the one that comes in the tube. And I've heard 2 people now rave about that epidermis. So I got to get my hands on that one. But I have their face food, their skin food, and also they have a CBD oil elixir for your skin that you actually do a dropper full under your tongue like 20 minutes before you go to bed. And it's, I guess, awesome for sleep and for your skin. I forget what else is in that, but yeah, I'm anxious. I'm going to talk to the owner of that company, and maybe I'll have him on, do a little live YouTube with him so he can explain his products. Let's see. Trying to. Amber says, I recently gave up caffeine for 9 to 10 months and my energy never recovered. I take caffeine pills now. Well, it is a serious addiction, and your body, I don't know how many years you drank multiple cups of that pesticide psychoactive drug. But for some people, it takes a long time. You have messed up your adenosine receptors. You have altered a lot of things in your body. You're also getting dictated by that dopamine demon up there. I call him the ditch demon. That's just saying, oh, come on, Olga. You're really not noticing any benefits. Let's just go right back to your little coffee clutch in the morning. You know you want to go back to it. Why? We love that ritual, the warmth, the smell, the aroma. You know what? Substitute it with bone broth, substitute it with hot water with a little lemon, substitute it with my butter nog drink, which is basically butter, hot water, and you Whisk it while you dump in a raw egg. It's delicious, and you just get over it. It's not healthy. It messes up your microbiome, and your energy will recover. You have to think to yourself, you do not need to put a drug in your body to have energy. Because trust me, I haven't had caffeine in 10 years now, and I have plenty of energy, and so will you. I know it's nobody wants to hear it. I'm not the bearer of good news when I try to encourage people to educate themselves and make their own decision about coffee and caffeine. So Mike Bell says, "Is castor oil a seed oil?" Yeah, no. So, yes, it is a seed, but we are not categorizing like herb, medicinal kind of things like that as something that we are ingesting and consuming in our daily food supply, like we do canola oil, soybean oil, cottonseed oil, and all that. So, there's, I think, in my opinion and research so far, there's just way too many positive benefits that come from that I'm not looking at that as, ooh, seed oil, don't touch it. I don't look at it that way. Um, so Olga says she's been drinking coffee from teenage year now into her 30s. Yeah, and it's probably not 1 cup a day, although some people are at 1 cup a day, but most people tend to evolve to 2 to 4 to 5. And it's not a cup, it's a travel tumbler, 16, 20 ounces, uh, latte grande venti, I don't even know. All right. I am going to jump off. Thank you so much for joining. You know, I do these lives so that I can at least hopefully interact with you and answer some questions. And I am so happy to be able to at least give my personal experience, because boy, you saw those pictures and you saw how it was really, really tough for me to deal with that. So I just hope that any of you watching, if you know somebody who might benefit from this, to pass the video along. All right. Thanks.